Hey guys, it's Casey from CutThatOut.com. I wanted to do a video for you that addresses a frequently asked question we are getting lately, and it has to do with downloading and unzipping your files and then thinking, I'm missing the SVG in my zip file. Let me show you what's actually happening in most cases. Right now I've got a screenshot from someone's PC on my computer here, and so I'm going to zoom in and show you. They downloaded one of our designs and unzipped it, and let me zoom in just a little bit, and you can see that there are two files inside this folder. One of them is the DXF format, and then the second one should be the SVG, but it says it's a Chrome HTML document, and it's got the little Google Chrome icon here. So what's going on with that? Well, here's what's happening. A lot of computers have a default setting that automatically associates SVG file types with your web browser. That's really common. It comes set up that way on a lot of different computers, Macs and Windows computers. So here's what you can do to fix that, to get around that. This works best if you have software that you're going to be used with your cutting machine that is already downloaded onto your computer, like for instance Silhouette Studio, and that's what I'm going to show you here. You can associate it with that program because that program is installed on your computer. So let me show you here what's going on. I've got some designs here in a folder. This happens to be one of our newer designs, the Swirly Sleigh. And I've got the DXF and the SVG file. Now, for me, my SVG file has a preview thumbnail, which is great. But let me show you. I'm going to right-click on this. And again, I'm on a Mac. This will be slightly different if you're using a Windows PC. I right-click and I choose Get Info. And right now, I have this associated with my Silhouette Studio software. That's the program that's going to open this file automatically if I double-click on it. So let me show you. I'm just going to switch it temporarily to show you what happens. A lot of computers will have a default setting here of whatever you're using for your internet browser. Mine happens to be Safari. So I'm going to set it to that temporarily and just show you what happens. All right, let me close this window. And if I double click this file now, you can see that I opened it up in Safari. So that's not necessarily what we want. It's okay if you just want to take a quick look at the file, but if you're going to cut it, you really want it to open automatically in Silhouette Studio, in my case, whatever software you might happen to be using. So let me close that, and let's go back to my folder. All right, so I'm going to right-click on this again, choose Get Info, and now I'm going to change the default program that's associated with this SVG file. Again, I'm going to use Silhouette Studio. You might have something different. And then also, if this is the first time you're going through this process of changing your default program for a given file type, then you might want to choose here on a Mac, at least, Change All. Now, if you're on a Windows machine, you're probably going to need to go through Control Panel and make your changes there. You can Google around and see how to change the default program for a Windows machine, and you'll find some instructions. But for me, right-click, choose Get Info, choose what I want to open it with, and then if it's the first time I'm doing this, I'm going to hit Change All. So now I've made that change. Now let me double-click this file, and it automatically opens for me in Silhouette Studio. So there it is. So back to this screen print from a Windows machine. If you see something besides an SVG when you unzip our design files, then it could just be this default program issue. So take a look at that. Most likely it's going to say something like Chrome or Internet Explorer or possibly Safari, and you can easily change that with those steps that I just showed you. Okay, I hope that helps a little bit, and until next time, keep cutting.